Hello everyone, I am Betran Ajibwa, a junior engineering student at the College of Technology. So today I'm going to be taking you on JavaScript and we'll be producing something similar to what we have on the screen here where we have increment, decrement and save. So on clicking the increment page, the increment button, we should be able to see the value change from 0 to 1 right up to infinity. So it has a step of 1, and if we decrement it should be going down to, if it's 10 it should go to 9 and right down right up to 0. While if it was saving, you should be able to take this value 0 and append it to the previous entry. So that is what we will be doing. So let's look at the index.html page. So this index.html page is it has the main points to note here is this 0, where we'll have the increment, where we'll have the decrement, where we'll have the save, and where we'll have this previous entry. So to get started, we will have to look at let's just take a rundown at this. So we have um H2 has the number initial, which is 0. We have the button that has on clicking this button you'll be able to call the increment function, while for the second one, decrement, calls the decrement function, and the save we should be able to call the save function, and the previous entry. So when you click the save, it calls the function. That function takes the value that is at this position, that is here, and this is the value that I'm talking about, and append it to this previous entry. So that's what this video is all about. So let's get started. Now I already started already. So the first thing you need to do is to um, you create your variable called let count be equal to 0. So you are initializing your count first. Now the first thing is you create your increment function. So this your increment function, it has to add the value 1 to the count that you have initialized here. The next thing is it does get element by id. It looks for the id number, that id which is on this index page. The id is number, so this is the number we're referring to. So if you come back to this index.js, this is the number, that's the id. Dot inner html, so it's equal to count. So it change it sends this value to what we have here. So that's how this one function. Now for the decrement function, so yeah, I need to put decrement. So the decrement function thing, there's a spelling error. So decrement, okay, so everything sorted out. So the decrement function actually subtracts 1 from the value of count and send the value. So now this is a real life stuff, so we will not want to have negative numbers. So this one able to decrease the value, and it goes right up to negative infinity to positive infinity, but that is not what we want. We want to make it in such a way that the stuff, it should be able to end at 0. So what we do, we need to add an if statement from here. So we'll say if count is greater than is less than 0, then we should send 0 to count. So we should reinitialize the value of count back to 0, because we don't want to have anything less than 0. So from there we will now have to do the same thing and assign that value of count to this position. So with that, let's save and see. So if we increment and we are decrementing with this, when it reach at 0, nothing happens. So we'll now move now and create the last function. The last function is the save function. So we'll say function save. Now this function save, okay, we'll take the function save. Now what does this function do? This function takes the value of count and append it to the previous entry. So we will do first we cannot record no entry. Like for example, let's say for example in a bus station where this program is being used to actually count the number of people who are entering the bus. So we cannot have negative people. We can only have people ranging from 0 to 1, and we cannot have no people because even there's nothing there, so there's no reason to save. So we'll start counting, but from we can be saving from 1 and above. So we need to start by giving that restriction. So what are we to say here? We'll say if count is greater than 0, it should be greater than 0, then we'll do document dot get element by id. Let's just copy this, but it should not be number. There we'll have by id safe. That's how I define the safe, this position, the tag where this previous entry is found. I define it with the id safe. So the inner HTML assign the value of count to it. But there's a challenge. If I do this, you discover that if I increment, I'll go when I decrement, I end at 0. Let me increment again. And if I take save, you see the previous entry value, the previous entry will disappear. Why? Because what this one does is sending this value to replace that. So we don't want to replace, we want to append. So we'll have to add instead. So when we add, and let me save, and okay, so you see if we do this and we save, the value of 4 is being added. So now let's now add on, increment and save again. Yeah, save. So you see the value of 8 has been appended now to the previous value, but now it does not look good. It looks like 48, like we just increment 48 and save. So to make it to have space, we need to now add add the space on the stuff. So we'll do this. We now need to add this. From there we'll put our addition sign. After the addition sign, we will now have to do another one, put the comma. The reason for that comma is to let the user know that we are not, the numbers are separated. It's not just one number, but the numbers are actually separated. So we need to put now the plus thing. We have to delete this. It's as a result of extensions that I have. Okay, perfect. So if we do this now, everything has been handled. So we have this decrement and it does not continue. You can increment, and when you take save, it saves. When you increment again and you take save, it saves, and it is giving good space to show you that the numbers are different. So guys, that is the end of my video, and I want you to like, share and subscribe. And if you have any question, just leave your comment on the comment section below. And for more information, you can get to me through my WhatsApp number that will be equally be displayed on the video description. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.